So, who makes the better breakfast? Is it Marks and Spencer or is it John Lewis? Well, today I'm going to find out because I'm going to be trying both breakfasts to see who's best. So let's start off first with Marks and Spencer.
So the M&S I decided to go to is the one located in Leeds city centre. Situated on Briggate, it's a pretty big one, spread across multiple floors with a couple of cafes inside. So let's head in and check it out. The store guide says there's 4 floors with a cafe on the first and second floors, but the one I'm going to is on the first floor. So let's head up. And here it is, the M&S Cafe. It's a good sized cafe with loads of seating available. It's an open plan design with a modern, light and spacious feel, with really nice lampshades. Check those out. The main counter area has loads of cakes and pastries on display that look delicious. I had to hold myself back from buying all of them, that's how good they look. The menu is situated above the counter where you've got loads of choices for food and drink, but I'm here for the big breakfast, just there. Plus a pot of tea with a matching tea set, and it was a good sized teapot too, so you can get quite a few cups of tea out of it. And the tea tastes great too. So the breakfast came out looking really nice. It was a well presented plate and I'm looking forward to trying this one, as M&S has a reputation for good tasting food, because it's not just food, it's M&S food. So with this breakfast you get 2 decent sized sausages, a giant mushroom that's nicely cooked, 2 potato rosties that look delicious, so I can't wait to try those, a couple of slices of streaky bacon rather than the usual back bacon, a couple of slices of toast with M&S's own butter, so we'll definitely have to see what that's like, 2 poached eggs that kind of look like boiled ones, and a big pot of overflowing beans in the middle. What a nice looking breakfast. I'm going to start off here with one of the sausages. They're nicely cooked with a good colour on them. They're a decent size too, not too thick and not too thin. So let's give it a try and see what it's like. It was a great sausage. There was a bit of a snap to the outside. The inside was juicy and full of meaty flavour, so a good sausage. Now these look like boiled eggs, but on the menu it says they're poached, so let's cut into one of them and see what the inside is like. It is indeed a poached egg. Have a look at that runny yolk. Delicious. How did they make poached eggs look like boiled ones? Every time I make them, they're like a big blob of egg, so pretty impressive. Now I think all of these breakfasts are trying to outdo each other with how big a mushroom they can include, and this one is one of the biggest. Let's taste it. It's really nice. You get a great roasted mushroom flavour and it's soft and meaty in texture too. Now this is what I've been looking forward to, the potato rosties. I'm a big fan of fried potatoes and these look great. They've got good colour on them and I can't wait to taste them, so let's just do it. These were delicious. The outside was crispy, the inside was soft, and you get an onion flavour too, as well as the potato flavour. So a really good rostie, one of my favourite things so far. Next up, the bacon. It's streaky bacon here and it's pretty thin cut, but it does look to be cooked well with golden brown charring on it and good fat running through it too. So let's try it out. This is great bacon. It was slightly crispy and you got a smoky, salty, meaty flavour. Now you really do get your money's worth of beans here. This pot could not be filled any higher. The sauce looks perfect, as well as the beans themselves, so let's try it out. These were 100% Heinz. I can tell that flavour and texture anywhere, so these were great. I want to try out the toast next with M&S's own butter. You get 2 packs here, 1 for each slice. So let's open one of these up and butter a piece to try out. It's a thick texture and spreads well, and I want to get the whole pack on the toast, so let's get it all on it. The toast here is really tasty. It's crisp and crunchy, and the butter really surprised me. You get a great creamy buttery flavour that works perfectly with the crunchy toast. This was some good toast. Now for the ultimate combo bite. I've gone here with sausage, some mushroom, the potato rosti, and the poached egg, plus a dip into the Heinz bean juice. What a delicious bite of food this was. I just kept making great combo after great combo. I just can't help myself when the food was this good.
So that was a great breakfast in there. Everything on the plate was delicious. Marks & Spencer definitely lives up to its good food reputation. So the total cost of that meal was £11. Let's move on next to John Lewis.
So the John Lewis I decided to go to is the one located in Cheadle. It's a pretty large and imposing building from the outside. A good design, I thought, and quite futuristic with a set of revolving doors to enter. And I love a good set of revolving doors, so let's head in. The store guide is located just to the right, and as you can see it has 3 floors, but the one I want to go to is the first floor, the one with the cafe. Let's head up. And here it is, the place to eat. It's a pretty unusual cafe with cakes at the entrance and then various food stations for all the different foods they offer, such as sandwiches, soups and hot food, a bit like a food court. There's plenty of seating available, and I mean plenty, but the good thing about the seating here is, I think, the view. The seating just ahead is on a balcony, and you get to look out of the floor to ceiling windows as you eat, which is pretty cool. So this is the menu at the hot food station. Only a few offerings available, but we know what we're going for, and that's the full English, which is actually already on display ready to be dished out as soon as you order. You also get to choose your own teapot and teas here, and you even get to fill it up yourself too. And as you can guess, I filled it right up to the top as I like good value. There's something quite nice about pouring tea out the teapot yourself and making it yourself. I think it adds to the experience. It's a pretty simple looking breakfast, and you might notice there's no bacon. Well, that's because they didn't have any on this particular day that I visited, so they gave everyone an extra sausage instead. So with this breakfast you get 2 sausages, which would normally only be 1, and you would get a rasher of bacon instead, 2 potato rostis that I can't wait to try, a giant mushroom that's cooked pretty well, a slow roasted tomato which you can see has actually been cooked, which is not always the case, as I've had some before that are pretty much raw. You get a fried egg that does actually look perfect with a nice runny yolk, a big pot of beans in the middle, and on the side you get one of the largest slices of sourdough toast I've ever seen, with a couple of packs of butter. I'm going to start off here with one of the sausages. They're big and fat and have really nice golden brown charring on them. I'm guessing they're probably done in the oven, but let's go in for a taste and see how they are. You get a snap to the outside when you bite into it. The inside is soft and has a meaty, salty flavour. I think the only criticism here is that it could be a bit more moist in the middle, but apart from that, pretty good. Now, one of my favourite things to do with a breakfast is to break open a runny egg yolk and watch it ooze out around the plate, and this one was perfect. And tasted good too. I never knew mushrooms as big as these existed until I started having these breakfasts, and this one is a great example. It's massive, it's heavy, and it's roasted nicely. The inside is soft and meaty in texture, and you get a great mushroom flavour too, so a nice mushroom. Next up, let's try out the beans. The consistency of the sauce is spot on for me, and the beans look good too, so let's go in for a taste of this. They were not bad. They had the consistency and texture of Heinz, but not quite the taste, so I'm going for low sugar Heinz here. Now this roasted tomato is something that I'm looking forward to, as it's roasted pretty well. And as mentioned before, a lot of places hardly cook them, so they end up being pretty much raw tomatoes. So let's try this one out. This was pretty interesting. It was soft and melted away when you bit into it, but it was sour in taste, which is not what I was expecting. I was expecting it to be sweet from the roasting, but I guess it did cut through the meaty sausage flavour. Now for the potato rosti. It's quite a thin one here, but the outside looks nice and golden brown, and just looking at it makes me imagine the fried potato flavour, so let's just go in for a taste. It's pretty good. The outside is crisp and has a slight chew to it, the inside is soft and has a nice potato flavour. I think I prefer it a little crispier on the outside and less chew in the middle, but apart from that, not bad. Next up, this giant piece of toast that actually needs 2 packs of butter to cover the whole thing. I don't think I've had a slice of toast this big before, so let's just take a bite. It was very tasty. So onto the combo bite. I've gone here with sausage, mushroom, potato rosti and egg, plus a dip into the beans for good measure. Delicious. I just love having combo bites and mixing things together. It's just so satisfying to do, and dipping it in the egg yolk or beans just creates a great bite of food.
So that was a decent breakfast in there. It was a bit of a shame about the bacon, but sometimes that's the way it goes. So the total cost of that meal was £11.85. So which was the better breakfast? Comment down below which one you preferred. I think for me there's only one winner, and that's M&S. I hate to say this, but every item of the M&S breakfast tasted better than the John Lewis one. It kind of seemed like it was a lot more freshly cooked rather than sitting out buffet style at John Lewis. And I doubt having the bacon on the John Lewis one would have made any difference either. So for me, M&S takes it. Okay, so if you like breakfast, click on the thumbs up icon below and click on subscribe to come along for the next food journey, and I'll see you in the next one.